Chief Bobby Joseph has a way of bringing everyone together. Chief Bobby Joseph, Gela Kesa, thank you for your good work. He's brought together the mayor, Gregor Robertson. He's brought together the premier. He's here, John Horgan. He's brought together Jody Wilson-Raybould, the minister. The Governor General is here, Julius Deschamps, and all of our chiefs and grand chiefs, from Stuart Phillip, Grand Chief, to Bob Chamberlain. They're all here. Maureen Chapman, everybody is here. And all you, his friends and relatives. So we thank Chief Bobby Joseph for what you do. You know, we say when people walk and share together, this walk reminds us that at the heart of reconciliation, it's people who are going to make the difference. It's people who will heal the wounds of the past. People who will work together to create a world where First Nations realize the right we have long fought for. When we all walk for reconciliation, we are showing people all over the world that here in Canada, we believe there is a better way. It's been almost 2 years since the 94 calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission were released. December 15th, 2015. And I was there on that day in Ottawa with the survivors and their families from the residential school systems, along with the commissioners, Prime Minister Trudeau, Mr. Karen Bennett, Minister Jody Wilson-Raybould, and many other people. And I was asked to speak that day. And I was asked to speak and share some thoughts and words. And I said I do have a message for people across Canada. I do have a message to share. And I've said it this way, that no one here in Canada may not have had a direct hand in that dark chapter of our shared history. And maybe no one here today had any connection at all to the residential schools or even that Indian Act. But you can all still play an important role in rebuilding our shared future. And we said, imagine a future where First Nations enjoy all the same opportunities, the same access to quality health care and healthy homes and schools, and the same quality of life that everybody in Canada enjoys. Imagine a future where our ingenuity and our creativity and our culture and our languages are celebrated instead of being unappreciated. We share a future, and each and every one of us can help make it better. And you can all do that by taking time to learn, to understand our peoples and our shared history. You can do that by getting rid of the misconceptions, the stereotypes you might have of Indigenous peoples. You know, that stereotype, that misconception that we're dumb, we're stupid, we're lazy, we're drunk, we're on welfare. Put that to the side, because our people now are becoming stronger and we're becoming educated. We have so much to contribute. We can all help by overcoming and challenging prejudice when you see it, racism when you see it, discrimination when you see it, and by not accepting the status quo. You can do that all by supporting change. Change that will come. Support investments in clean drinking water, better housing, better education, better health care, better training for our young men and women. Support those changes. Making sure that we teach about the residential schools and provincial schools. Every school should learn about that legacy. Every school should know about the impact of that Indian Act. Now when we come together, friends and relatives, when we walk for this word, this big world of reconciliation, when we join together to honor past generations, when we remember those who perished and never made it home from the residential schools, and when we honor and lift up those who survived, when we do that together, we are working together to build a stronger First Nations and a stronger country for everyone. My last point, friends and relatives, this, our worldview. Our worldview as First Nations people, and when we go to ceremony, we say we don't see color. And I don't care if you're black, white, pink, brown, yellow. We are the two-legged tribe. We're all together in this world together as a two-legged tribe. And when we're in ceremony, our old people and our ancestors and our elders, we honor how we're part of this great web of life, because it will take to honor the one that sits in the east, the one that sits in the south, the one that sits in the west, the one that sits in the north. We'll honor them. We'll acknowledge the Creator. We'll acknowledge what comes from our mother, the earth, and thank her every day. We'll acknowledge Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, our relatives, the star people. And we'll also acknowledge our relatives, the four-legged ones. They're our relatives. We acknowledge the winged ones, the ones that swim, the ones that crawl. My friends, we also acknowledge this time, we're still not done that worldview, because there's 4 grandmothers that look after something very important for life. That's the waters. There's one that looks after the rainwater, one after the fresh water, one that looks after the salt water, and then the power of women when life comes. There's a woman's grandmother spirit there. And so when we're all connected, when we say, all my relatives, all my friends and relatives, we're not only talking about the two-legged tribe, we're talking about everything I described and how we fit into that world, that web. That's how we say we're all related. We are all connected in that way. And if we can, and our children, now this next one, the next 150 years is going to be so important, because we're going to put those things past behind us now that civilize the Indians, assimilate the Indians, terminate the Indians. All the stuff from the residential schools and the colonization of the Indian Act are back behind us now. It's the next 150 years, and it's your children and your grandchildren and my children and grandchildren that are going to write the next chapter. We have to do that together. And it's going to be guided by those 7 sacred teachings that our old ones always pass on to us. It'll be guided by those values, those principles, those teachings. Truth, honesty, love, respect, courage, wisdom, and humility. So let's keep our circle strong together here in Canada, but it's going to impact throughout the world. Again, thanks Chief Bobby Joe for all you're doing. Let's keep our circle strong. Exe, Katiano Tente. Hi, hi,
Thank you so much, National Chief.